Let's go to our panel now. Joining me, Parnell McGuinness and Darrin Barnett. Thank you both for your time. Parnell, do you think the Prime Minister will land this deal with the Nats? Is it precarious?
Well, I think the Nats are going to play hardball on it, but it does sound more and more like they are willing to come to the table. And I think it's reading between the lines that we say the reasons. They understand that there are now geostrategic concerns behind heading towards the climate targets, as well as simple inevitabilities such as finance. So I think that at the end of the day, they're going to drive a hard bargain a bargain as they can, but they're heading in that direction.
Darrin, your thoughts on where all of this is at the moment? You've seen this debate up close for many years.
I have indeed. It's cost a few Prime Ministers too, Kieran. But look, I think the Prime Minister has booked his ticket to Glasgow. He intends to say something meaningful when he's there. The Nats know that, and that's why Barnaby Joyce is now, his language has changed a little bit, where he's now saying that the Prime Minister does have a mandate to go to Glasgow and make a significant announcement. There's now questions about modelling. Will that be released? I'm sure the government will do what it has to do to get the public on side before the Prime Minister goes to Glasgow. And the Nats, they can read the tea leaves. So I think we will see a deal done. What that deal looks like, we still don't quite know. But the Nats have got to be a little bit careful. If they ask for too much, it offers a political campaign for Labor and other opponents of the government to say, well, how come there's tens of billions of dollars going to the regions? What about the suburbs? What about the inner cities? So, as always with federal politics, it's a balancing act. And I think, senior Nationals leadership, they know that.
Yeah, well, and we're so close to the next election, Parnell, aren't we, in terms of if there were to be a split of that magnitude on an issue, the Prime Minister has made clear his view that the world is shifting, the global capital markets shifting, our policy, our export partners, our allies shifting. He said that it's important in terms of our alliance structure as well that we commit to net zero. He has said where we need to go. If they weren't able to get this deal, it'd be devastating for him.
Yes, but it would also be devastating back home if the Nats didn't continue to show people who are a little bit more hesitant about the climate targets that they're sticking up for them. So there are a lot of minor parties that stand to benefit if the government just goes gung-ho towards the 2050 net zero targets and the Nats don't dig their heels in a bit. So there's already rumblings of people looking at alternative parties such as the Liberal Democrats, such as One Nation, such as the Shooters and Fishers in some states, and they're going to in part be voting on whether they think the move that the Prime Minister makes towards 2050 is too extreme. So the Nats have to keep hold of those constituencies. And that's one of the strengths for the Prime Minister in having a coalition partner like this, who continually keeps the eye on the regions and says, wait, stop, we're thinking about their interests as well. It's a very important partnership at home.
Yeah, it's a fair point. I said to Barnaby Joyce, there's a view that this is a bit of a pantomime, that, you're trying to send this message, Darrin, to your constituents. He said, no, that's not right. This is legitimate. We are going through this with a fine-tooth comb. I guess for the Labor Party, I've got Anthony Albanese joining me after the break. Darrin, where does he go on those mid-term targets? What's your view?
I think he has to wait and see what the government comes up with. There's no point in Labor playing its hand too early. And whatever decision the Prime Minister comes up with, there will be some who like it and some who don't. I think the Prime Minister probably would have preferred Michael McCormack in the Nats leaders chair than Barnaby Joyce. I think Barnaby, to his credit, really, he certainly doesn't miss any opportunity to stand up for the regions. But for that reason, I don't think it's a pantomime, but equally, they've got to get the balance right, or it gives Labor quite a good platform to head into the next election, which is only a few months away.
It is indeed. Darrin Barnett, thank you, from the McKell Institute. Parnell McGuinness, Managing Director at the strategic communications firm Agenda C. Thank you both. Talk to you soon.